Good bow tie. I like that. Except it's a little bit too low. You know, it should be up right there. Ooh. Now I'm really getting the stuff.
If someday Gary Carter no longer wanted to catch for the Montreal Expos, he might do what many American ball players have done. Head for Japan.
Put all the rest of this stuff on. What the heck? Take my hip off. That's okay.
A baseball player here sees himself as a modern samurai warrior. The sword has become a bat.
Okay? Okay? Telling you, the magic of motion pictures. You can make anything happen.
Americans who jump to Japan to play often have a tough time. They're automatically called gaijin, the Japanese word for foreigner. Some say no matter how hard you try to be like the Japanese, you'll always be a gaijin. As a guest on a movie set in Japan, Carter discovered a sword can be wielded as dramatically as a bat. And whether playing samurai or baseball, in Japan, form is everything.
Nothing touch, because you can make it look so realistic that if you're at camera angle, you can be right here. Aha.
After that, they called him Carter-san, Mr. Carter.
I'm getting it down.
Here comes the shogun of catchers. Gary Carter's journey to Japan began at the All-Star Game in Montreal.
You got
it. All of baseball was there. All the players who had put together impressive individual statistics, who time after time make great individual plays, who are individuals, tempestuous, tough, and talented. Among the celebrities for the ceremonial first pitch was the Japanese star Shigeo Nagashima, one of the best third basemen of all time in any league. He knows that most of baseball's flamboyant individuals would come to grief in Japan. There, they say, the nail that sticks up shall be hammered down. The song is the same, but the players are different. Baseball in Japan far surpasses sumo wrestling and judo as the national sport. Fans arrive at least 4 hours before game time. Last year, 15 million filled the parks of Japan's 12 professional teams. The climax is the Japan Series. This is the home territory of the Seibu Lions, champions of the Pacific League. The Seibu Corporation owns the train, the station, the stadium, the team, and the allegiance of thousands who shop at Seibu department stores, then take the Seibu Railway for an hour-long journey to see the Lions play at Seibu Park on the outskirts of Tokyo. Japanese corporations own teams to pump up goodwill for their products. Like they are back home, most of the products are made in Japan. As a guest of Japanese baseball and an ambassador from the majors, Carter's in Japan with his wife Sandy to explore Beisoboro. He's looking to see how strong a team Japan would field if their series champs meet North America's, a match being negotiated for 1984.
外野席は売り切れました。本日外野席は売り切れました。
Each Japanese team is allowed 2 foreign players. They're called gaijin. Gary knows both fellows on the Lions, TW, Terry Whitfield, and Auntie, Steve Ontiveros.
Finally made it over here. See what you guys are up to. How are you, Ani? Okay. Good.
Their last names trip the Japanese tongue, so they're marketed as Steve and Terry. Both played in the majors, but here they're getting a chance to play regularly, and for more money.
We woke up 4 o'clock in the morning, so it was a little bit more difficult. You just get in? Yeah, we just got in day before yesterday.
Oh, day before yesterday?
Yeah, day before. Well, I should say not that, because we got in actually yesterday. We lost today, right?
Right.
Is that the way it is? Or flying or something? Yeah, last night.
The Lions are in the Japan Championship against the surprising winners of the Central League, the Chunichi Dragons.
How's it going, Jimmy? You never thought we'd meet up over here, would you?
Carter is delighted the Dragons made it.
Good to see you.
He has 2 good friends on the team, including Jim Marshall, the coach.
He had a good year, don't know what to do with it. I told him, let me take care of that.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, you're in the series. That's the main thing, you know?
They didn't expect it. We're much higher than they expected.
One player instrumental in the Dragons' success was Ken Maka.
Cool. How are you, buddy?
He played with Gary on the Expos.
Talking a few homers again, another few homers.
He was bench strength before he was traded to Toronto. When it didn't work out, he headed for Japan with a recommendation from Gary.
And then after he was released, then Bill Lee went berserk. He went in, ripped off some flowers or something like that, put it on Fanning's desk, along with his uniform, and says, "This is in memory of Rodney Scott." Took off to the local pub, had about 3 or 4 beers, played pool, and came back about the 8th inning. So he comes back and he says, "Yeah, I'm ready to pitch," and everything like that. And they says, "Hey, Space, you aren't going out there. You're gone. Here's your walk." Yeah, exactly. And they just said that was it.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You know, I was in Montreal, and I watched your game.
Right, for the All-Star
nice
game this
hit.
year. Great to see
So
you
nice
again.
to see you.
Gary comes to present his diplomatic credentials to Japan's new commissioner of baseball.
It looks like it's an
It's an
exciting
exciting game.
Two up.
2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. So anybody can win at this point in time, right? That's great.
That's
well,
great.
I did have this letter that Mr. Commissioner Kuhn has given to me.
A professional diplomat, Mr. Shimoda was once Japan's ambassador to the United States. But despite his politeness,
Thank you very much.
he now says Japanese baseball should purify the game of gaijin, making only Japanese players eligible.
And you arrived just the right time.
Yeah,
to
right at the
say
right
this-
time. I mean,
to
this is
watch
the
this
most exciting
Yeah.
part of
Yeah,
the series.
yeah.
Exactly right.
So popular is the game since its introduction by an American professor in 1873, some suggest a baseball should replace the rising sun on the national flag. In true World Series fashion, those who can't make it to the park find a way of catching the game at home or on the run. During the season, baseball is on primetime television every night. Last year, the top 10 rated programs were all baseball games. These front row seats are courtesy of the Seibu department store in downtown Tokyo, where a shoe salesman has the job of bringing the box score up to date after every inning. Instead of solitary trumpeteers blowing charge, professional cheerleaders keep the crowds pumped up.
It tastes like tea.
Gary's wife Sandy got her first taste of bean curd soup. Working from a tent in a forest clearing near the stadium, other Seibu soldiers require Zen-like patience in the service of the team. The fireworks detachment await word of a Seibu home run or a victory. Their patience is tested severely when the Lions are in a slump. Their Lions won the first 2 games of the series handily, but the Dragons fought back to tie it up. As they have all year, the Dragons are counting on the bat of Kenny Maka and his 300-plus average, but the Lions are pitching him craftily. Maka grounds out to the shortstop 3 times, and his teammates do no better. In the bottom of the 7th, with the score tied at 1, Steve Ontiveros doubles to left, driving in the winning run. Cebu wins 3-1. Now the Lions must leave for enemy territory and Game 6 in a stadium where Dragon fans stoned them for sweeping Games 1 and 2. Apart from die-hard Lions fans, most Japanese are unmoved by the Lions' victory. The 6 major sports dailies devote headlines to the Japan series, but everyone is still preoccupied with the fate of the country's favorite team. Karakuen Stadium, home of the legendary Tokyo Giants. When American forces came here at the end of World War II, the stadium was a munitions dump. General MacArthur gave the order to clean it out and play ball. The Giants are the most revered and successful team in Japan. But on the last day of the season, the Giants lost the pennant to the Dragons. So instead of a Japan series, it's the annual game among stadium employees. Ken Maka knows firsthand how special the Giants are in Japan.
When you play against the Giants are the team in Japan.
Like the Yankees of the States.
But even to a greater extent.
Really?
Every Giant game is on TV here nationwide. And wherever you go and you play the Giants, all the tickets are sold out. They're completely sold out. I mean, we can go to wherever, a small town, and all those tickets will be sold out. There are 40,000 people there.
The Giants attract 45,000 a game, and over a season often outdraw the entire Pacific League. Even at a midsummer game, scalpers demand $200 for a pair of choice seats. The only alternative is lining up for bleacher seats 6 hours before game time. In mid-season, Maka led the upstart Dragons into Karakuen for a crucial game against the Giants.
They started left-hander that night, and the first 3 times up I got hits, and the 4th time I hit a home run. And I come up the 5th time to bat, and I got another hit. I went 5 for 5 in Tokyo against the Giants, and when I got that hit, it just sounded like all the air in the stadium was sucked in by the people. Everybody went, this guy got 5 hits against the Giants in Tokyo. This is unbelievable. You know, but just to hear people go,
The fans started murmuring about the Giants. Where was the fighting spirit which led them over 20 years to more championships than the rest of the teams combined? Were they unworthy of their ancestors, like the legendary Mr. O?
Let's go, huh? Save.
Sadahuru O is the Babe Ruth of Japanese baseball. He retired to coach hitters for the Giants, but still is as trim as a warrior. He hit a home run every 10 times at bat, 868 of them, 133 more than Hank Aaron. He set his record with 4,000 fewer at bats. Sports Illustrated says probably in America he would have hit a home run every 15 or 16 times at bat, like Aaron, Mays, and Mantle. O and his extraordinary batting stance one leg in the air like a flamingo, have an honored place in the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame.
This is the first pitching machine ever used in Japan. This was brought in 1955.
1955. I guess this is where...
Bob Whiting, an American expatriate who has written the definitive book on Japanese baseball, arranged to have an Expo uniform introduced into a niche reserved for famous gaijin.
He said he's going to move Willie Mays to another place and put Gary Carter in.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And to be a part of some of these other players that have been in here.
If O is the Babe Ruth of Japanese baseball, then Shigeo Nagashima, the man Carter met at the All-Star game in Montreal, conjures up the same magic and nostalgia in Japan as Joe DiMaggio does in America.
Great. Is this a memorable home run?
1965, huh? Maybe.
1965?
Yes. Look.
Oh, the Emperor's up there.
Emperor,
Ah, my goodness.
Emperor, very young, huh? Look.
Yeah.
Very young,
Oh, yeah. You bet. And
Nagashima's basement is a storehouse of past glory.
And he hit the game-ending homer.
Is that
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Fantastic. And this,
When he retired to manage the Giants in 1974, he was the highest paid player in Japan, making $100,000 a year. That's not much by American standards, but he made 5 times that in commercial endorsements.
My goodness. What a career. See, you've got to get a bigger showcase. You got to show them all. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
As
Yes.
I told you before, Mr. Nagashima is the greatest player I ever played in Japan.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. No. You.
His friend Pancho Ito exaggerates, but Nagashima was an extraordinary third baseman, and in his time, more popular than any Japanese movie star.
So where did you go? These are for your 2 boys.
Oh, thank you.
His marriage to Akiko became a storybook romance.
You have 2 boys and 2 girls?
Yes.
Oh, nice. What a nice family.
Did you go where to? University then? University
yes,
of...
I went to high school in Indiana for 2-3 years,
Uh-huh.
and then went on to college in Winona, Minnesota,
Oh, I see.
right on Mississippi.
Now, where did you meet then?
We met during the Olympic Games.
Oh, during the Olympics.
Yes. See, I came home to do the interpreting job for the Olympic Games.
We went to high school together. She was the homecoming
nice.
queen. I've known her since I was 16 years old.
Just a little boy.
60 years old.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was
He's
just
only-
I was
he's
a
only
little
28,
boy.
he's that young.
But anyway, I'm sure you enjoyed your time in Montreal. They took care of it. Take care of it. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I heard that Montreal has 3 seasons, June, July, and winter.
Yeah. That's right. That's exactly right.
Japanese baseball wives are usually left out in the cold. While some modern Japanese women free themselves of century-old bonds, most wives of Japanese ballplayers have not, as Kenny Maka discovered.
Women in the society over here are second-class citizens, and that's just the way it is, and it's been that way for thousands of years. And, you know, they stay home and take care of the kids and cook the meal, and when a Japanese player's done with the game, if he wants to go out drinking at a bar or whatever, he goes ahead and comes in at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the wife doesn't say, where you been or what's happening here. She says, would you like something to eat? Is there anything I can do for you? And he says, well, that's okay, I ate something, and he goes to sleep. That's it. So it's definitely not going to change over here. And like I said, if you think you're going to come change the people, you're not.
When Sparky Anderson was here with Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Sandy Carter and Gary visited a pearl shop owned by Jane and Wally Yonanami.
Experience, you know, if you were to teach a young
30 years ago, Wally became the first American to play professional baseball here, and later the first to manage and coach. Despite Japanese ancestry, the Hawaiian-born Wally endured discrimination as a gaijin, but he took it cheerfully, learned Japanese, settled in Tokyo, and finally won affection and respect.
pitching
Well, I
staff.
could have a
that's
party
gonna be
here. This is
successful.
great.
Then you started picking it back up
These are
again.
beautiful.
Joe Reichler?
I love it against black, too.
For wives of Americans here, Jane has become a mother hen.
Let me show you these. Aren't these gorgeous?
Yeah, these are great. These are very gorgeous.
These are my favorite. I've looked through them all, and this is my favorite right
Yeah.
here.
I think these are quite nice too. Why don't we just take these right here? Oh, these are yours already. Oh, so this would make you happy then for Christmas? You don't get them until then.
Oh.
Gaijin who come to play quickly discover baseball is a religion with basics drilled into youngsters, even more than in America. In the shadow of a fort which conjures up legends of samurai, baseball at a Sunday picnic has become as Japanese as chopsticks. 100 years ago, boys ran the bases in sandals and kimonos and were jeered for playing a gaijin game. Baseball was dismissed as a pickpocket sport in which players are tensely on the lookout to swindle their opponents, lay an ambush, steal a base. It is therefore, said the Japanese critic, suited to Americans. As in America, baseball is big business. Adams Brands, a chewing gum company Carter promotes in North America, was delighted to organize a baseball clinic for the children of its Tokyo employees.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
The best catcher in baseball proved quite a drawing card.
You want to be the catcher? Catcher? You want to catch? Come on, 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 come on. No, come on, come on. Come on, hey, come on. No? Right here, all right, here we go. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, now give me your sign. Show me your, give me your sign. It's very important that the first base coach and the third base coach cannot see your signs. See, so when I'm given a sign, okay, I've got the glove here, and I put my sign right here. I keep my legs closed so no one can see, you see? So I'm like this. Just right there. See, that's too low. Too low. So you want to hold it right here. And the one thing you want to be is nice and relaxed. See, and you want to be able to rock kind of back and forth. See? Hey! He just wants to be a TV star, right? Arigato. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
それじゃあもう一つで川田さんにねバッティングを今度は習いたい。はい、バッティングを教わりたい人。
Okay, who is here Saduro? Huh? Who's Saduro? Oh, here we go. Here's the next one. The home run champ right here. Okay, let me see how you. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Good swing. The Mercedes is going to get smoked. Okay, see the swing that he has is more of a downward swing. That's good. That's good. I noticed that you went and choked up on the bat. That is good because that creates bat control. So when I swing, I usually have the bat up high like this. Okay, and then I use my hips, and when I step, I'm just. I have 171 lifetime home runs, so I hope that there's a few more with that swing that I just showed you. Okay. Up, I lost my road.
Just as politely, the Japanese want to take over the billion-dollar North American sporting goods market. Every year, craftsmen from the Mizuno company arrive at spring training in America to take measurements for free custom-made gloves. Soon the Mizuno name begins to creep into the public eye. And soon, Gary may have another company in his stable of clients.
Finished product, I already got my name. Fantastic, this is perfect. Just the way I like it.
You're ready now.
Oh, you bet I am. Hey.
Slider for a ball.
Ball. Oh, hey, boy, I'm getting serious about this now. Oh, boy.
He was a Little League pitcher. He still has a good arm, I think.
Right on.
The company is applying Japanese technology to other parts of the game, but this robot umpire still has a few bugs.
No good, you said strike. You wanted that.
Stealing the catcher's signs is an accepted part of baseball here, so the company has developed a method for the pitcher and catcher to communicate electronically.
Pushing? Or, okay. Oh, same thing. How about, okay. Now how about if I want to go fastball, high and in?
Yes.
Fastball, high and in. And you read that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way that you clear it? How many wins did he have in the second half?
Gary discovered they're working as hard on their game as on their gadgets. While spring training in America is half a day of baseball followed by an afternoon of golf and swimming, Kenny Maka discovered the Japanese run a Marine-style boot camp.
They go south for spring training, but I wouldn't really call it Florida.
Yeah.
They rent a hotel, and you stay in the hotel. Everybody stays in the hotel now. The room is, it's really small, the room there. You've got trouble changing your mind in that room.
Many who play here comment on the quality of the pitchers. While they lack the power and speed of a Nolan Ryan, they make up a lot with pinpoint control. Desperate managers throw the best pitchers into games day after day. Careers are short as the pitchers burn out early. The starting pitcher is even expected to throw hard in practice. Babe Ruth transformed the American game with a home run ball. Despite Mr. O's success, Japanese groupthink discourages players from going for broke. So they work on precision hitting to combat precision pitching. Maka discovered form is as important today as it was for the samurai warrior.
Not only do you have to have fight, but you have to be able to control your emotions also. And people don't want to see you throwing your bat, but they want to see a look on your face that you're throwing the ball like this or swinging like this or whatever.
Faced with a bad team getting worse, the Nankai Hawks took the unusual step of hiring a gaijin to manage the team and allowed him to pick his coaches.
He's ready to throw in the curve or in zero. So he said he
Don Blasingame, known as Blazer, lured Barney Schultz from the St. Louis Cardinals to teach the pitchers.
That, Heidi, would be if he does throw it in the bullpen, no hitter standing up there, so he'd have more concentration on the glove.
Barney discovered respect.
Coaches are regarded very highly. Manager is God. The manager is the supreme being.
Some supreme beings get carried away. In a society where most decisions are reached by consensus, the arbitrary power of the umpire is resented. The coaches who attacked this umpire supposedly were suspended for life, but they're back now. Steve Ontiveros.
It's a night and day difference between here and in the States and America. American baseball, I know, especially now, you find it a lot easier to get rid of the manager rather than one or two of the star players. And here it's totally opposite. The manager can have anyone, no matter what kind of star he is, how big a player, how good a player is, ran out of here so quick you wouldn't know it. So, like Terry said, the manager, dominates everything as far as the ball club.
Their manager dictates the pregame meal.
Well, we usually have soup, some bean milk, and some rice bread.
It's not really what I would consider a pregame meal, but as in everything else here, the manager has control over that part of us also. Our diets, whatever we eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's what he's decided is the best as a pregame meal for us. So being part of the team, a member of the ball club, then I can't do anything but go along with it.
Meat is a bigger part of Tony Solita's diet, possibly because a ham company owns his team. Carter played with Tony on the Expos. After Montreal, the best offer came from the Nippon ham fighters. While Gaijin managers and coaches are treated like emperors, Gaijin players like Tony are called suketo. It's a derisive word used to describe foreign athletes. It means helper.
I don't consider myself a helper. I'm the most important guy on this ball club. If I don't hit, we lose. And this was last year when we won the second half, and I was really doing well, And I said, don't you ever call me a helper again. Because when I feel like I'm the most important guy on this ball club, I'm not no helper. And that's no blowing smoke on myself, I was just telling it the way it is. Here's a guy trying to insult me, trying to say, he's trying to put me off a side, saying, hey, you're a helper because you are a Gaijin.
You're over here to be a helper. You're over here to do a job. If you're coming over to say, I'm going to be the star and I'm going to lead the team and I'm going to do all this thing, you can forget it. You're not going to do that.
Tony was leading the league in home runs, runs batted in, and game-winning hits. He was neck and neck with a Japanese player when suddenly everything became a strike.
The pitcher, he does nothing but throws me balls way outside. I couldn't even reach them. There's not too much you can do. But me, I'm not just going to sit there and have him call me out all the time. So I get myself longer bats,
Tony might as well have been using chopsticks to hit. It was not the Gaijin, but the Japanese who won the crown. Dan Briggs, another former Expo, now playing Japanese ball, through batting practice.
That's out of here, and I hit it off the end.
He and Terry Whitfield gave Gary a taste of the game they play, and the game sometimes played on them.
That's way out of here. See ya. Hey, Terry.
Huh?
I didn't throw any shoot those yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm throwing those shoot those and those 3-feeders inside. Yeah!
Shoot those.
Show him a strike in our league. Show him a strike. He's gonna come inside.
I'll show you an inside strike here.
All right. Inside strike. Here's an inside strike here.
I like that one.
Yeah, you saw that stuff.
Oh, I can hit in this league.
さんが少年時代ですね。ヒーローと思ってた選手はおられますか？ミッキー・マントル。
The next morning at Seibu Station, Terry and the rest of the Seibu Lions prepare to take the bullet train to Nagoya for the 6th game of the series. The team translator helps Steve Ontiveros out with an article on their manager's harsh training methods. In an effort to forge the team into one fighting unit, to achieve sameness, group harmony, or WA as it's called, the manager also insists on a dress code to go along with his season-long ban on smoking, drinking, and mahjong.
See you guys later.
Terry and Steve agree that traveling between cities by train sure beats the stress and fatigue of transcontinental flights back home. One of the worst things about being a pro athlete. Japanese fans are among the politest in the world, but the riot police have been called out for this crucial game. The last game here, the fans pelted the victorious Lions with sticks and bottles. For this game, most Lions fans stick close by the police.
I want you to look at the stadium closely.
I'm
It's
seeing
all
it.
dirt infield.
Hey, that is outstanding.
This holds about 30,000 people.
Do you get any true bounces on this at all? Any?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're all the same bad.
Have you ever gotten any bad hops that come up and hit that? Huh? It's great. Have you gotten any more balls that have hit you in that nose? Huh? Play in a little shallow?
Tricks, I put the mask on.
Hey, this is great. Come on, what are you talking about? Can't ask for any better.
The Japan Series is pure profit for the owners. Playing in North America's World Series earns a player up to $40,000 extra. Here, the players are not paid an extra yen. In fact, if a player caps a bad season with the Japan Series loss, he may be asked to take a salary cut. Sometimes even a winning season can result in a salary cut if the parent corporation lost money elsewhere. Bottom of the first. Maka chases a Shuto outside. The throw to second. Out, says the umpire. Everyone except the umpire saw him drop the ball as the TV replay shows. As it often is in Japan, the umpire's decision is reversed. But Maka's manager wants disembowelment. No score at the end of the inning.
Get two guys on, it's only the second inning, you already got two guys warming up the bullpen. Don't waste any time. Starting pitcher's got to have coronaries every time out there.
A Maka error in the third puts a Lion on base. Steve doubles to right, scoring the first run. Terry Whitfield walks. The catcher, Ota, steps to the plate. The Japanese star homers to left. Steve and Terry score. The home run ritual is as ordered as a flower arrangement. Lions 4, Dragons nothing. The slumbering Dragons come alive in the bottom of the third, dramatically scoring 4 runs to tie it up. But before the winds shift totally the Dragons' way, Hiroka makes a slow trip to the mound for a long conference. Some games go as long as 6 hours. Author Bob Whiting.
The Japanese are really a cautious people. You see that in all facets of life. You see it in the business world here. It takes a really long time to arrive at a decision with a lot of meetings and getting everyone to agree. And that spills over into baseball. One of the reasons, in my opinion, why the Japanese like baseball so much is there's no time limit.
Right.
No clock.
Yeah, that's right.
It takes 6 hours to play 9 innings, so be it, right?
So be it, that's right.
6 Dragon pitchers are sent into the lion's den, and all are devoured. Katahira homers in the 7th. Then Terry catches the first pitch sweetly. Sayonara. The Lions score 3 more runs, win the game 9-4, and take the series in 6 games. The manager gets his victory bounce. Hiroka saw the victory as vindication. Now more and more teams have adopted the Hiroka method of discipline and nutrition. Even though Steve and Terry were instrumental in the Lions winning, Hiroka is another who believes Japanese baseball should be gaijin-free. This reflects a poll which showed 64% of Japanese want nothing at all to do with foreigners of any kind. The commissioner has set 1989 as a target for completing his purification drive. In the meantime, the gaijin of summer are finally remembered.
Congratulations, you had a super series. Very proud of you. Honey, nice going, buddy. Super series, congratulations.
The riot squad is not needed. Dragon fans greet the Lions' victory with politeness and applause for a job well done. Kenny Maka says in victory or defeat, Japanese fans are among the greatest in the world.
Picture yourself in Yankee Stadium or anywhere. It's the final game of the World Series and the team wins the championship. And then all of a sudden they say, okay, everybody just stay in the stands. We're going to give these prizes out to these players, okay?
Right.
But that wouldn't happen over there. Everybody would run out on the field. It would be a zoo, and the players would all be running for their lives to get off the field.
That's right.
So the people stood back and said, okay, these guys have done well. It's time for their prizes and present those or whatever, and they give them to them.
2 hours after the game, the players still haven't had a victory drink.
Milk.
Hiroka declares it's time for a drink. It's done together. Then emotions pop like a champagne cork. They've lived like monks all season. Now revenge is taken on the manager. At the Pacific League All-Star Game, Carter Sand hits in a home run contest. Then he readies for the ceremonial opening pitch.
Here, get over here. Osh.
It's invested with the drama of a space shuttle launch. Carter would relish the chance to throw out a Japanese base stealer in a real World Series.
Good luck, Coach. Good luck, buddy. All right.
Japanese clubs have performed respectably against such touring teams as the Baltimore Orioles, New York Mets, and Kansas City Royals. The Japanese now are anxious to show they can play baseball like they compete in car making, beating Americans at their own game.
Okay.